Good morning, everyone. This is Teacher Joanna, and I will be your teacher in Helen. Now, before we start our lesson, let us first have these words. Are you ready? Everyone, let us read nursery. Again, nursery. And then we have transplanting. Everyone, transplanting. And then we have compost. Everyone, compost. And then we have asexual propagation. Again, asexual propagation. And then we have sexual propagation. Okay, everyone? Sexual propagation. Okay? So, let us have the meaning of the words. Everyone, nursery, a place where ornamental and vegetable plants are planted and grown before they are transferred to a garden. That is nursery. When we say transplanting, the young plants with the roots intact is removed carefully from the soil and transferred to a bigger box or pot or plastic bag. That is transplanting. When we say asexual propagation, method of propagation which includes cutting, marcoting, budding, grafting, and layering. When we say sexual propagation, this is the method of propagation where seeds are grown in a nursery until they grow into seedlings. Okay, so those are the meaning of the words. So today we are going to talk about putting up a nursery for ornamental plants. So what are we going to talk about? Putting up a nursery for ornamental plants. What do you want to learn? What are the ways on how to put up a nursery for ornamental plants? So we are going to answer that question at the end of this lesson. Now, are you ready to listen? Very good. So if you're ready to listen, then eyes on me, ears on me, and sit up straight. Everyone, let us talk about on how to put up a nursery for ornamental plant. Okay, so putting up a nursery for ornamental plant is an important part of ornamental gardening. Okay, it is an important part. So it is in the nursery that the young plants are propagated. So it is in the nursery where different kinds of ornamental plants are planted and grown such that they are ready to be transferred into a garden. So remember that it is in the nursery where the different kinds of ornamental plants are planted and grow such that they are ready to be transferred to a garden. Okay? So, these are the factors to consider in putting up a nursery. The first one is that the location. Okay? Remember that you have to choose a location where there is a continuous supply of water. Young plants need to be watered regularly for them to grow. Okay? The first one, location. So choose a place where there is a continuous supply of water. And then we have the type of soil. Okay, so loam soil is what most plants need. Okay, this soil is rich in organic matter and can easily be drained. So what kind of soil does most of the plants need? Loam soil. Okay, so location, type of soil, and then we have the shed for propagation. So every nursery must have a shed. Without it, the seedling or young plants may be exposed to strong sunlight. So too much sunlight can be burned the plants. So you have to also consider the shed for propagation. Do you understand me? Okay, so next is space for equipment. So consider also a space for equipment wherein for the proper upkeeping and maintenance, a space for all tools and equipment so that they are properly kept. Remember that there are tools that we have to use in a nursery and we have to allot a space for those tools to be kept. Okay? Do you understand me? Okay, very good. So, the last one is the germinating boxes, pots, and plants. Okay, so make simple layout for the proper location of germinating boxes, pots, and plants in the propagation shed. So those are the factors to consider in putting up a nursery. So again, what are those? Location. What else? Okay, so type of soil. What else? Shed for propagation. What else? Space for equipment. And then the last one, germinating boxes, pots, and plants. Okay, so those are the factors. Remember those. We have 5 only. The location, type of soil, shed for propagation, space for equipment, and germinating boxes, pots, and plants. So here are the tools used in the nursery. Okay, the first one, we have the spade. Spade is used for mixing soil. Okay, that is spade. And then we have shovel. Shovel is used for removing gravel and weeding. That is shovel. And then we have the spading fork, used for digging and mixing manure. And then we have the rake, used for leveling and gathering leaves and manure. So we have water sprinkler, used for watering the plants. And then we have the trowel, used for putting seedlings and cultivating. Okay? And then we have sprayer, wherein it is used for spraying insecticide. We have the light hoe, used for weeding loose path and beds. And then we have the measuring tape, used for measuring plots. And then the wheelbarrow, used for carrying tools and soil. And then we have the sharp knife, used for cutting. And then we have the pruning shears, a special kind of scissors for cutting twigs. So what are the tools in the nursery? We have the spade, the shovel, the spading fork, the rake, the water sprinkler, the trowel, the sprayer, the light hoe, the measuring tape, the wheelbarrow, the sharp knife, and the pruning shear. So those are the tools used in a nursery. So here are the ways of propagating plants. So everyone, when we say propagating, okay, so propagating, there are 2 ways of propagating ornamental plants. Okay, so how many ways? We have 2 ways. The sexual propagation, wherein ornamental plants may be propagated by seed. So that is sexual propagation. So propagated by the use of seeds. And then asexual propagation, there are 2 useful asexual methods of propagation: the artificial propagation and by plants multiplying naturally. So sexual propagation, seeds; asexual propagation, use artificial propagation, and plants multiply naturally. So I'm going to tell you the artificial propagation. We have the cutting, we have the marcoting, and we have the budding. Cutting is any vegetative part of the plant which is capable of regenerating the missing plant part when removed from the mother plant. Okay, so that is cutting. When we say marcoting, similar to cutting except that the rooting occurs while the branch is still part of the mother plant. When we say budding, this is the process of inserting the bud of a selected branch into a bark or a stalk. That is budding. And then we have grafting. When we say grafting, done by joining the top portion with the root stock in order for them to unite. Okay, that is grafting. Okay, so when we say layering, it involves the use of the roots as a propagative material by twisting it up until it buds and becomes another plant. So the artificial propagations are cutting, marcoting, budding, grafting, and layering. We have 5, everyone. And then we have also plants multiplying naturally. We have the sucker, the runner, wherein sucker is a stem or shoot that comes out from the lower portion of the plant. Example, Bandera Española or bird of paradise. Runners above the ground. There are slender branches that comes out from the base of the mother plant and becomes a new plant, that is runners above the ground. Example, MacArthur plant. And then we have the rhizomes or creeping stems. These produce roots along their surface. Example, ginger plant. And then bulbs. This consists of modified leaves that are folded around each other. Example, lilies. Okay? And then we have the rootstocks, wherein this reproduced by division done by separating some of its roots. Example, orchid, that is rootstocks. Leaves, okay, when leaves come in contact with damp soil, the leaves germinate into tissue and becomes a new plant. Example, begonia. Okay, so those are plants multiplying naturally. We have the sucker, runners above the ground, rhizomes or creeping stems, bulbs, we have rootstocks, and leaves. Okay, so next we are going to talk about the activities in the nursery. The first one is the seed selection and storage, wherein it is important to collect healthy and robust seed, those that are not diseased with no blemishes or decay. So it is important that we collect healthy and robust seeds. And then plant seeds or cutting. The most suitable time to plant is in the beginning of the rainy season. So what is the most suitable time to plant? Rainy season. The soil used for planting should be 40% clay loam, 30% compost, 20% dried manure, and 20% sand. Okay? And then we have caring for the seedlings. It includes watering them regularly, weeding, inspecting the seedlings every day, adding fertilizers, and trimming the young seedlings by cutting unwanted leaves or twigs. And then we have the transplanting, transferring the young plants to a bigger pot, box, or plastic bags. Okay, so those are the activities in the nurseries. Again, what are those, everyone? Seed selection and storage, plant seeds or cutting, caring for the seedlings, and transplanting. So I have here some questions, and let us answer these questions, everyone. What are the factors to consider in putting up a nursery? What are the factors, everyone? We have the location, types of soil, okay, location, types of soil, shed for propagation, space for equipments and tools, and germinating boxes, pots, and plots. Okay, next is, what are the tools used for nursery? We have the spade, the shovel, the spading fork, the rake, the water sprinkler, the trowel, the sprayer, the light hoe, the measuring tape, the wheelbarrow, the sharp knife, and the pruning shears. Okay, so what are the two ways of propagating plants? We have the sexual propagation and asexual propagation. So what are the activities done in the nursery? Okay, so we have the seed selection and storage, plant seeds or cutting, caring for the seedling, and transplanting. So what did you learn today? Today we have learned about how to put up a nursery for ornamental plants. Okay? So if you really did understand the lesson, let us proceed to your practice exercise. You're going to answer post-test letter A, page 111 to 112, and you're going to answer, for your evaluation, answer post-test letter B, page 112. Note, don't forget to answer your practice exercise and your evaluation because I'm going to check it. Do you understand me? Okay, so here is your assignment. Answer post-test letter C, page 113. Now, don't forget to do your assignment because I'm going to check it as well. Do you understand? Okay, very good. So, thank you for listening. See you in the next